Hi, I'm Vilkan and today I will show you 4 quick and easy lighting setups with just only one light. I wanted those setups to be easy for traveling. Many times we work without any crew, so we have to be very minimalistic with our gear. Budget friendly, except one affordable light, I will use only some cheap light modifiers that anyone can get. Without any softbox. Softboxes are great, but they are not always the best solution, and it's good to try different techniques and adapt to different scenarios, especially on a low budget. And quick and easy. Time is money on sets, so of course they need to be quick and easy to set up, especially if you work alone. I will be using Weeylite Ninja 200, which was sent to me by Viltrox, but you can use whatever light you have. So it was basically a top light. I directed light on the ceiling and flagged it with plastic bags, which I just glued with a gaff tape. I also put small diffusion material on the light to make it even softer. Here is what we started with, lighted by practical light on location. Now we bounced our light from the ceiling. It's better but still too flat and too harsh. Here I added a small diffusion material, so it's softer but still flat. Now I turn on a practical light to add some backlight. And we finally flagged the bounced light to give more depth. Here you can see this difference more clearly. Subject is popping out from the background much more. And here is the final image before and after. I really like this technique. You can use it for many scenes. Here is a totally different example, in darker style, inspired by Godfather movies. We started with a very big contrast here, so I wanted to simulate light coming from the window to have details in shadows and not blow out the window. Firstly, I bounced my light from the curtains, which were bright grey, and then I used shower curtain as a diffusion material, attached to the rod above the window and to the furniture. I also put a reflector to add just a little bit of fill in my wife's face. Light was set to about 50%, so I could make this scene even brighter, but I didn't want to overdo this. The cool thing about Ninja 200 I was using is that I could change color temperature to match light coming from the windows. I was missing that feature in my other similar light. This scene I wanted to be very soft, more in a Disney style. Because I didn't have more light stands, I put my small reflector on a bed and bounced light from that. I also had grey walls there, so it could work even without that, just with less intensity. Then I put my bigger diffusion without any light stands. I just leaned it against my light. I also turned on some practicals to make the image more interesting. Of course I could make this scene better, but it was all about time and adapting to location with what I had. You can use that setup for very different scenes. I was also testing the TV effect from my new light, so here you can see another example. This setup has strong backlight, inspired by Ridley Scott style, which I think worked well for those dancing shots of Laura. Light was bounced from the small reflector on the subject, but it was also bouncing from the grey wall and gave more additional feel. I wanted to add more depth here, so I set my all-in-one tool to negative fill and just put where I could. because I wanted to soften up this backlight a little bit more, I put a piece of diffusion material inside the lampshade. Here is what we started with. Backlight plus reflector. Negative fill for more depth and practicals in the background to add some interest. Here we can check specs of Weeylite Ninja 200, which I was using. As I mentioned before, I really appreciate the feature of changing color temperature in this model. It makes lighting much more practical for me. Besides that I can control this light with a phone app, I also have a remote control which is very handy when I need to work alone. It's a light that offers very good value for the price. In filmmaking, we often need to solve problems and adapt quickly, even if it means compromise. We should try to do what we can, even with limitations, to make our images look better. I hope you found this video inspiring in some way. If so, then
like, subscribe, come on,
and see you next time.